Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Thank you for sticking my name. Of course, I will always have reason to thank you. And once again, I'm saying thank you to everybody who have been so truthful, faithful, consistent, and real. I do not take it for granted at all. I would never get to that point where I trivialize the show of love that you show me, the things you do for love. I appreciate it so much. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Omowunmi Akinniyi. And if you are just joining us, I would like you to please feel relaxed, comfortable, as it's a conversation that you will enjoy and you'll be glad that we returned. So it's a relationship series. Relationship series, and of course, why relationship series? In the introductory video, we analyze that we understand that relationship is very important in our journey in life. There's virtually nothing, like absolutely nothing you want to do. Like you don't need people. You don't need some levels of relationship. And I personally, I have experienced people coming through for me in the most unimaginable ways. Like people have had a cause to help me, be of help to me, to favor me, to do me things that is so undeserving. And I see that this is based on relationship that has been maintained. There are sometimes. So this relationship series is subtitled, some categorized, divided under different subject topic. We have different type of relationship, but this is a series. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about your spiritual relationship and your self relationship. I want you to start from the known to the unknown. Let's build it from a place that will resonate with you. That you know that when you come across it, you have you have it in your mind and you have a perfect understanding of what I'm talking about. So welcome again once again to my channel, and once again my name is Omowunmi Akinniyi. So we're talking about spiritual and self relationship. Talking about spiritual relationship, I'm not preaching about religion. I am talking about the God factor. I believe that at one point in time in our lives, since we're bettered, we are journeying in life from childhood to where we are at the moment, I believe that we have a feeling that there is God. We have a feeling that there is somebody that created this beautiful things in the world looks like. There is somebody that is behind every unique beings on the planet Earth. There is somebody or some power that makes it possible for some things to be done, for some things to look the way they are looking, for some things to be very beautiful. I remember a song says, all things are bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. So the brain behind all those things that are bright and beautiful boils down to your spiritual relationship. So there is God in heaven. There are rules over the affairs of men on earth. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is your spiritual relationship is very important. I mean, it's a beginning of everything and anything a man becomes in life. Like, let me repeat that statement again. Your spiritual relationship is the beginning of everything and anything a man will become in life. So I believe that at some point in our lives, we know that God exists. I'm not preaching about religion. Spiritual relationship is based on your belief system in the God that created the universe. It's your relationship with your co-believers. It's your relationship sometimes with your church members. and some people that you share the same value and belief system. So that's your spiritual relationship. And spiritual, like it always says, controls the physical. Whether you like it or not, there is a level you get to in life that you will never, ever, ever run out of knowing that there is a power behind your becoming. In fact, it's not even a level. At every point in time, at every level you get to in life, there is always this presence of God. Like, can you take note of the way I call that presence? Like, it's so strong. There is this presence of God, the horror of God, the beauty of God, the mightiness of God. I'm looking for how best to qualify this spiritual relationship. What I'm saying is that in everything you do in life, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you have done, whatever it is you will do, just know that there is God that knows your head from the beginning. Like, I mean, we are just trying as human beings. We are just trying. And when you know that you are trying, you don't even know the end results. And there is somebody that created you. Of course, you wouldn't have been created yourself. Of course, you wouldn't have had the ability to reason or bring out some thoughts or to do something. There are some things I do at times and I imagine, where is this coming from? I get to that point and I say, thank you to my maker. Like, I'm always acknowledging his doings, his dealings, his blessings, everything that is doing for me. It comes from a place of perfect understanding that definitely this cannot be it. So your spiritual relationship is important because it has to do with your maker. And whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you are right now, whatever it is that you're doing, it comes from the place of the one who has known you before you were formed. He knows everything about you, right from time immemorial, like way back, as far as I cannot remember, as far as I cannot describe it, as far as it is indescribable. So in a nutshell, you need God. Once again, I'm saying that I'm not preaching relationship. You cannot be on the planet Earth and just feel like things are happening by chance. Of course, time and chances happen to a man. But then, before time and chance, who owns time? Who owns the chance, the privilege, the opportunity, the most sorted after contracts, the blessing, the thriving, like, name it, mention it, the good marriage, the good job, a good career, the future you are expecting or anticipating, the prayer answering level you are right now. I believe that most of us, we are just living in our answered prayers. There are things that we have longed for. Like, personally, when I was growing up, I had plans. I talk to God enough. Like, I dialogue with God. I make him understand that I don't want to suffer. I don't want to live a frustrated or miserable life. For everyone that knows me personally, you know that this God, I carry God on my head. Why? Because I know that he has proven over time, he has a track record of keeping his words. And of course, if you are able to successfully acknowledge him, like knowing God for who he is, I'm not saying that because of what you want to get from him. Of course, you cannot deceive God. My God cannot be deceived. You cannot deceive God. It's the truth. So regardless of what you want to be in life, regardless of how important the future is to you, regardless of how you think that you want to thrive in life, I want you to understand that it comes from a place of, if God be for you, definitely, who can be against you? And of course, it will make everything so beautiful for you. So your spiritual relationship boils down to acknowledging that there is a God in heaven that rules over the affairs of men on earth. Regardless of what you want in life, acknowledge that there is God in heaven. So mind you, I am not preaching religion. I've seen people that are not Christians that are very religious, and the way they call their God, the way they acknowledge God, like you will just appreciate the fact that they are constantly reminded that they don't have power of their own, that they just want to do God, they want to be God, they want to live according to the specific way and perfect plan of God for their lives. So this is what this spiritual relationship is about, acknowledging the fact that there is God and it's very much interested in you, and you equally want to be interested in him. It is not about what you want to get, but you want to know him. And if you will just subject and submit yourself to being so intentional about God, I mean, there's more. There is more. If whatever it is now, whatever it is that you're enjoying now, just believe that there is more from where that came from. And you cannot even exhaust God. He's inexhaustible. So why deprive yourself of trying to hustle, where you know that there's a place that you can enjoy the grace of God? So your spiritual relationship has to do with you loving up of your maker. Of course, look at everything beautiful in this. I was discussing with somebody of recent, and the person is, let me just say, a moralist. I don't want to mention him, but in my conversation and discussion with the person, I realized that this person acknowledged God so much, and he has strong. However, the area of dispensation we find ourselves and makes people believe that church going is not what it's. I have a lot of people in my circle that they just feel like I beg. Like, but by the time you see how they live their daily life, you discover that they actually love God. They have understanding of God even better than some believers that you think that they should know better. So I bring to you, your spiritual relationship is the number one type of relationship that you should not joke with, because every other thing builds under your spiritual relationship. Acknowledge that there is a God in heaven that rules over the affairs of men on earth. And of course, it will prosper your way if you acknowledge him and you are not being transactional with him. Don't go to God because you know that if I need something, if I have sin, he will give me. Of course, before you needed that thing, he already knows. If only you can know that this God is very much interested in us. If you only can know that this God is all-knowing. Before I even say that, I think I need this, he already knows that I'll be needing that thing. So don't go to God for the things you need. Go to him because you know that he is all sufficient and is capable of doing anything and everything. So moving on, I'm just going to be discussing 2 relationships in this video. I don't want it to be too elongated that you get bored. The second one is your self-relationship. Self-relationship. So remember that I've spoken about the spiritual relationship, which is acknowledging God. Number 2 is self-relationship. You see, after you have acknowledged God, after you have sought after him, in your seeking him, in your referencing him, the second level of relationship, just like we have the body, the spirit, and the soul, is the same way we have spiritual relationship, self-reward. That's your self-relationship. In any relationship, like I repeat, in any relationship that you are going to engage in, identifying yourself is very, very, very important. You can see how I'm stretching that very. Me, I know myself. I know my worth. I know my value. I know the things I want. I know the things I will not take. I know the things that I will settle with me. I know the things that I will allow to sink. I know the things that whenever they are coming, I'm jettisoning it, like I don't want it. But how do you know when to retreat from things and when not to some things when you don't even know your self-worth and value? Take for instance, the popular saying that says that once a value of a thing is not identified, abuse is inevitable. No? And let me tell you, abuse can be anything from anybody at any time. When you don't want it, it will come. But when you are able to identify yourself, you love on yourself, you place the value on yourself, you work on yourself, you build yourself, you make yourself very relevant. It makes your relationship so sweet and beautiful with other people. So before you say that this person is bad, this person is not good, this person is this, it begins with you. It begins with me. Like your self-appearance, your self-worth, your value, the value you place on yourself helps in your relationship building so very much. Like it helps in your relationship building very much. Number one, take for example, me, for example, there are some things that I do not take. There are some things that I will not take. I do not take it and I will not take it. Why? Because over the years, over time, I've come to understand that I need to have identity. You should be known for something. If you are rolling with me over the years, you can say a lot of things about me. I can be very happy, like I'm a very cheerful and happy person. I go all the way to do things that brings me joy, like 100% joy and 0 sadness. I don't like negative vibes. I don't like negative energy. I don't like things that will work against my principle. So when you're talking about self-worth, you have to know value system that works for you. It's not like you want to do copy. I'm not saying it's not good to emulate something with the people. There are things that we see that people exhibit and you want to tap from it. You want to feel like, I love that aspect of that person. It's a good thing. But then it is only when you have known yourself, you have identified yourself, you have placed value of yourself. So when you see one, you know it. The science students will say like poles, they repel, or like pole will attract. But when it comes to relationship, mingling with people and getting people in your space, the like poles should always attract. Attract same type of energy. For instance, when I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I don't judge people. Like, I just observe you. I see your kind of person. I try to know you. I try to get myself familiar with you. And when I see that this is our energy, I'm not working, like it's not matching, I would never tell you that my energy is not matching with you. I won't. Because I know myself. I know the things I need. I know the things that will build me. I know the things that work for me. I know the things that are working for me. So I will only be on the lookout for those things that will help me build myself, that will add to my self-worth, that will add to the value that I place it on myself. So please, in everything you do in this life, don't joke with building yourself. Don't joke with identifying your worth. Don't joke with knowing what you want, when you want it, and how you want it. It helps you a lot in the journey of life. You cannot settle for anything. Like when you don't have a value system upon yourself. I have a friend that she knows what she wants and how she wants it. Even when those things were not working, like things were literally not working in the aspect of meeting who to settle down with. But I appreciate the fact that at every level, she knows what she wants. She knows how she wants it. Even aside relationship, in life generally, she has a value system. By the time you begin to talk about, she will tell you that no, I beg. But she will just tell you that is how she wants it. Like these are people that have a mind of their own. They don't wait for anybody to come define who they are. You should be defining what you want and how you want it. And that is because you have an identity. I don't want to bore you. I don't want this video to be too elongated. We are on our relationship series and we have spoken about 2 categories of relationship. Of course, we are just starting the spiritual relationship and the self relationship. These 2 things are interdependent. They are interdependent and they are very, very important. Regardless of anywhere you go, regardless of wherever you be, whatever you are, whoever you are, you cannot rule out the God factor out of your life. And of course, not knowing yourself, not knowing what you want, not knowing how you want it, may eventually not be favorable for you. So I'm telling you, appealing to you, it is never too late. It is never, ever too late. Once a problem or a challenge is identified, then there comes a resolution, a solution to that effect of the problem. So you cannot just not want to be a better you. You cannot just want to be complacent. You cannot just want to be living each day the way it comes, anywhere it comes, anywhere benefits. No, I want you to go to your self-consciousness, your self-conference. You need to do an evaluation of yourself. Who am I? Like, who am I? What am I supposed to be? Who am I? What do I have to offer? So that when things that is not working for me, things that will not work for me comes, I know that, okay, I've been able to identify who I am and I can't settle for these things. No, I'm better by far. Like, I'm better by far. So I am appealing to us. I am begging us, let us go and do as you want. Go and do and become what you want. So when opportunity comes your way, when it comes like that, you should be able to identify one. Like, be yourself, be good, be nice, be kind, and God will be helping you. God will help you. So till I come your way again, stay guided, stay focused, immovable, unshakable, protected, and be good. If you are just joining this channel, you're coming across the channel, please do well to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so that when I'm videos it up, you'll be notified. And I'm glad that I'm glad that you will be blessed. I'm already glad that you'll be blessed already. So enjoy the rest of your day, wherever, anywhere you're watching me for. Bye.